We on the popping. Over easy eggs in the morning, nigga. Give me the shits too. What's 1 2 1 2? What would I be without you? Sorry. Welcome to the just.
I thought I love my break me.
Just bake, baby.
Just bake me.
Yeah. I am the nigga with the poop tooth. Young, Y-U-N-G pastry. That's just the Y, nigga. Don't get confused. And you are now listening and watching Watermelon versus Pumpkin. Watermelon versus Pumpkin. You know them niggas over there in the gourd patch. We out here and we in here and it's swimwear, man. And this is motherfucking episode 62.
Six deuce. Rolling in my 6-2.
Shout out to Jason Kelsey. You know the nigga, Philadelphia Eagles. 62. Know the rant. Know the genie out the bottle.
Christina
Aguilera. On stage with a beard, nigga.
Rub
Jason
me
Kelsey.
the right way.
Yes. Does she still sing, by the way? I don't even know. Is she still producing? Christina, hit us up. Let us know.
594-6977. Come on.
Come on, Christina. I know you're listening, baby.
Oh, and speaking of the hotline real quick, I'll get to my introduction in a second. Speaking of the hotline, we did get a call, and it was wrong number. It was a doctor.
Damn it.
Confirming an appointment for Jessica. So, Jessica, if you're out there, I hope you made it.
Doc said it's a go.
Yeah. They just wanted to know if you can confirm your appointment.
That's beautiful. Right when the light was opening in the tunnel.
Yep.
Said, sorry, I took a wrong turn.
Because, you do the thing where you wake up, you look at your phone, and it was new notification, voicemail on the Google voice phone. And I was like, oh, man, check it out.
That's what we got.
Hello, Jessica. Just man. And as you know, my name is not Jessica. It is LILMATTRESS. Lil Mattress, the co-host for Not You, for You.
And you.
Listen.
Talk to him.
But yeah, man, thank you for joining us once again. We've been seeing the streams go up. We've been seeing the downloads go down. And by that, I mean people actually downloading. I do not mean people not downloading. Still on the streak, so I think we're at like 27 or 28 days in a row with downloads every single day. No dry spots yet, which, man, if we can keep that going, that'd be a beautiful thing. Watermelonversuspumpkin.com, watermelonvspumpkin.com, Watermelon versus Pumpkin on all social media. The Just Baked channel is on the YouTube. You Google Watermelon versus Pumpkin, we out there. Anywhere you listen to a podcast, we are also there. So please, man, like, share, and subscribe. And I see that people have been sharing. People have been telling other people about it. And another thing that's nice, too, as we progress, it's nice to see that people are going back and checking out the old episodes, too. So if you're just joining us, man, like,
let some of them titles pull you in.
Yeah. If you are just joining us, as you can see, man, we are episode 62. So we got over a year's worth of material that you might not be caught up on. So go back and check them out. Because I see people are going back and checking them out because I, look into the archives, look into the stats, and I see people
the movement.
Still listening. Still, episode 3 is still our biggest episode yet. And also,
maybe we want to go back and listen.
this month that we're currently in right now, February, which we'll get into it, but it might have been one of the worst Black History months of all time.
Oof.
But beyond that, it is our second biggest month that we've done so far. You know what I mean? I think September.
Watermelon came through.
September was our biggest month ever, and right now we're right up under it. So depending on how these next couple episodes go, we might break it.
I'm giving back to Black culture. This is Watermelon guy. Is with a pumpkin guy. They got a podcast.
I mean, hey, if I was gonna say, if people are Googling watermelon in February because they want to see, get offended on purpose, find us, dive down a rabbit hole. You know what I mean?
Watermelon versus...
Wait, watermelon in February?
Watermelon in February should be the name of a book. And that's just about the Black culture in the Northeast. Bam! Nailed it.
Struck. And also, to anybody overseas, man, we thank you if you're tuning in. We got something like 12 downloads in fucking Mongolia. So, man, if anyone, like we said, over Japan, you know it's all love. If anyone's
y'all
listening
speak
over
English,
there,
we love y'all niggas.
Switzerland, Sweden, and everywhere that anybody's listening to.
I wonder if they got like an audio thing that they can listen to us and it translates.
Might be a
into
translator.
Yeah, that'd be funny because I want to know how often they have to say their version of nigga when I say. Like, is that rolling off smooth or what?
You never know.
Now, there's a word in Chinese that I've heard them because, you know, there's a lot of big tourist groups, especially around here in New Haven, Connecticut, that is. For the Yale section, there's a lot of tourists. We get a lot of, like, big Chinese buses come in, and they want to see what the fuck's going on. And they tend to partake in a lot of that action, you know, of they have a word that they use when they walk around, and I think it means that thing or over there thing, but it go nigga. And if you listen real quick, you're like, what the fuck is it? Nigga. I'm like, why is he calling that sculpture, nigga? What is it? It's a Greek-Roman sculpture, nigga.
Why did he just call the library the N-word? You know, he just...
nigga. Oh, and so he's pointing at a guy over there that's holding something, you know, and it happens to be a black dude.
Is it Santa?
Right. There's a kid looking at a black dude that's holding something. He's pointing at the thing he's holding, but he's going, nigga.
Oh, man.
It's not going to come out well, guys. Let's just get it right. But, you know, it's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing, man. And also, please check out our sponsor if you can. GBIclothing.com. That's GBIclothing.com. Use code Watermelon to get 10% off. We got our T-shirts up there, sweatshirts, all types of merchandise up there, man. If you want to support the podcast, help offset costs of, you know, the uploads and all that, please do. That's, once again, GBIclothing.com. And to come down to the last little part, man, the hotline, hit us up, 203-594-6977. I know in there, like me.
It won't be that wrong number, Jessica.
Yeah, call or text 203-594-6977. If you want to get in on the conversation, comment what we're doing. If you need a shout out, if you need anything, let us know, man. We will.
You out there selling man purses? We promote that, cuz.
You got a merch?
You got merch? You want to sell Beanie Babies to foreigners? We got you, cuz. I don't know what that means. I think Beanie Babies are still collected. I remember when that shit went around. I know a nigga. I'm not gonna say his name. Good friend of mine, nigga. He got fired for stealing Beanie Babies for his baby sister. It was wrong. Damn. It was wrong. But they're hot commodities, man. There's some I see online that worth $10,000, $20,000.
Yeah. The rarities.
Yeah.
You know what I saw somebody say that I was like, damn, you might be right. You know those Funko Pops? Yeah. The fucking things? Somebody was just like, because those have swept the nation. Like, I don't understand them, but people will buy the small little figurines and shit like that. And somebody was like, yeah, those are the new Beanie Babies.
Yeah,
I was like,
like you get little Freddy Cougars, little Jasons.
Yep, little $6, $8, you know, things. And, but hey, man, it's not too much. And then you realize, oh my God, I have a wall of 400 of these. That's over $2,000 of fucking.
Because they also put out that's where they have a lot of those cereals and shit. You know, like I saw the Freddy Cougar cereal. It's like, oh, I wanted to buy it because it's like I'm a Freddy Cougar fan. Like that's my nigga. You don't understand. But I ain't paying no $14 for no box of cereal, man. Shit ain't that real.
No.
Shit was like $13. Like, yeah, that's nice.
Yep.
Yeah, give me cereal prices. $5 I would have paid, even though that's still expensive for cereal to me. But $5, I'll do that. You know what I mean? It's about $13, $14. You can kiss my ass, nigga.
And do something else.
Do something else. Pop around.
But yeah, man, episode 62. Let me get my little personals out the way first.
Get there.
Right now, I speak to you with a gentle nutsack. I speak to you with a cautious nutsack.
Gentile.
Because yesterday, man, I went through it and got snipped up, man. I got the vasectomy, the big V.
Every man grabbed their crotch and go,
yeah, man, got the vasectomy yesterday. It was something that I've been looking forward to for a minute because, you know, I'm 35, about to be 36 in a couple months. Did that decision where I was like, I understand fully that I do not want children. I don't want babies.
It's come to grips.
I do not hate children, anything like that. Right. It's just I personally don't want them. I'll even go far to say that I am selfish to where I just want to go live my life. What I want to do, man.
You don't want a little mattress.
I don't want a little mattress.
No little mattress. So, ladies, if you thought you're going to trap them with a little mattress, it going to happen.
Yeah, man. It's ruined relationships before. It's one of those, like, I'm also, you know, this is a hashtag you don't need to know this. Like, I'm comfortable being by myself. Like, I've also dated women, and not even necessarily a date, but in a hookup situation where they have kids, and I'll do the upfront thing and be like, listen, like, I'm cool to have fun for a while, but I'm never going to be a father to your children. I'm never going to, like, it's not a, I even go as far as, and I swear I don't mean it in a dickhead way, and I know that it comes off in a dickhead way, but I try to do the thing where I'm like, I don't want to meet your kid, and not in terms of like,
get that little
exactly,
nigga away from me.
because it sounds like that. Exactly.
I'll meet that little nigga. But don't push that. Now that it's like you try to create something. Don't you really like him?
It sounds like that, but what it is I remember, like, literally my first memory is being washed in the sink. I do not have a full memory of it. I have a flash memory of being bathed in the sink. Like, that's my first memory. I remember being sat in front of the TV and being like, Mommy and Daddy are going to go take a shower real quick. We'll be back. Watch TV. Obviously, when that's happening, you don't know what it is. Then you go back and you're just like, okay, so, yeah, all right, yeah. But I have memories from stupid young. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't want to be the memory in some kid's life. That
this guy just came in and I saw
like,
his hairy ass.
I've been in the bed with a woman before, and something starts crawling on the bed, and then boom, in between, and it's like, that's her fucking kid that I never want to meet. You know what I mean?
Nigga just duck under the covers. What's that, Mommy? Get that little nigga away from you. Don't know me, kid.
Yeah.
I'd be an asshole to him. So
I
he
just
cries and goes away.
I just don't want to be that bad memory in a kid's life. You know what I mean? And also, sideways of that, I also don't want to start a relationship with a kid, and I don't want to get a kid's hopes up, because I know for a fact I will never be with a woman with a kid. And if people do that, that's completely fine. There's obviously absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just me personally, it's something I don't want.
Like, thing called preference, guys.
Yeah, which you're not allowed to have anymore.
No. That's another subject, man.
Because even I feel slightly guilty saying my own opinion, even though it is my own opinion, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Because there's going to be some people say they're going to shame you.
Yeah.
They're going to shame you.
Because criticizing doesn't exist anymore. It's all shame.
Hey, listen, when you get shamed, I'm pretty sure there's like the shame.com or some shit, theshamed.com, and everybody that's been shamed for fat shaming or something, or if you say, wow, that dress makes her butt look bigger. Oh, he's fat shaming.
He's dress shaming.
He's dress shaming.
But, so, long story even longer, it's something that I know I don't want. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't concretely known a ton of things in my life. Like, I remember being in high school, and they always do those. So, what do you want to be when you grow up? I still don't know. I've never had a fucking, you know what I mean?
Never give a solid answer.
No, because I've just never had one. That's why, like, me with tattoos, I've never gotten a tattoo because I'm like, there's things that I've loved last year that, like,
I don't want to look at it again.
Exactly. So, I did the whole vasectomy thing, had to set up. And because, like I said, I'm about to be 36 years old. I know I don't want kids, so I'm doing the... And it really sparked off in my head when, had the whole Tinder hookup with a girl that had 2 kids, and literally my sex night was ruined because the entire time I get into my own head. I got stuck into just like mid-thrust of like, yo, this shit breaks, man. Obviously, this woman is fertile as fuck.
Right.
If anything happened, like
if something goes wrong here.
Yo, because I always think about Allen Iverson, because Allen Iverson's mom, when I was watching some fucking Sports Center documentary on him, she didn't have sex, and she had Allen Iverson. Like, she was messing around with the dude. Right. Fucking his pre-cum got on her leg or some shit.
Rolled on in.
And fucking, yeah, exactly.
Damn,
just did the rolling pulley.
You was a rolling nigga?
Dude, and I'm like.
Finger roll.
Because it would literally ruin my life to have a child. You know what I mean? Yes, there could be that magical moment where I see my seed for the first time and boom, and everything changes, and I want to do different things in my life, but I don't even want that. I just want to do what I'm doing. And so, yeah, in between, like literally in mid-sex session, I'm like, I got to set this up. So check the
mid-thrust. Yeah, vasectomy.
Dude, like,
right?
you know when you're fucking like, because I started getting stupid and putting on like 2 condoms. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Ill, by the way, with the wrapping the saran wrap around the
saran
ball.
wrap on the balls. Where I'm like, man, just if one break, 2 can't break, right? 2, and then I'm like, you know what? I can just go and fix this. So checked with the insurance company. They covered it, which was cool.
Oh, they're all about that population control.
Yeah, yeah.
What? Yeah, all right.
Which is nice. And a couple people that I talked to about it actually brought up a good point. They were like, it should be free. And I get that, but also there's a doctor doing work. So
right. Somebody he got to get paid somehow.
Yeah. But you would think that more people would want that. So I do understand it from that point. But yeah, it's a interesting procedure that the night before was definitely like,
Doing this?
oh man, I'm doing and I don't have any there's no regret or hesitation from the end result.
Right.
But
of what you're
when
shooting
the night before you're laying in bed, like, all right, I have to bust this last nut to clear the chamber, but then laying in bed and thinking, oh, tomorrow I'm going to go and a grown man is going to cut open my nutsack. And he's going to do it on the left side and then slice the connector and fuse it together and stitch it up. Then he's going to go to my right ball and fucking slice it up and get a connector and boom. Right. So that's the, like, when you start thinking of the act that's actually going to happen, that's the point where you're just like, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And then, so I get there, and then they put me in the waiting room, and they're like, yeah, there's a guy ahead of you, and then you'll be up. So in about 20 minutes, we'll be in. Bro, I swear I waited in there for at least 45 minutes. And when you're waiting in there, like literally they set you up, you sit in the chair. It's almost like a dentist chair. But then to the left, there's the biggest needle you've ever seen in your life that has to go into your nutsack to numb shit up.
Oh, now that was shit. That's the thing I wanted. Was that painful or fucking what?
There was a sting and a pinch, but it wasn't like because also they don't put it like in your fucking ball. It's in like, you know, your nutsack has a lot of stuff in there that's not right. Like your nutsack has a lot of earlobe spots to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
There's a
not
spot where like, look,
is,
I'm a hair, you're gonna feel the pinch, but it ain't gonna be nothing.
Yeah,
it's just the thought of, you know, that's what
what's happening.
Right,
exactly.
the thought of a big ass needle coming anywhere near that region. It's fucking alarming. You know, I'd be like, yo, get that shit out of here.
So there's so you're sitting in the waiting room, and like I said, all the surgery stuff is set up. So it's the gloves, the mask, the big ass needle that's going to go into your nutsack that you know about, because like that's where you know it's going. So that's even worse. And then across there's the surgery table that's set up, and everything is covered with paper towel. And it's better than paper towel, but to me it's paper towel, whatever.
Paper towel texture, that bullshit. Yeah.
But underneath, I can see the bottom of scissors and scalpels and everything. You know what I mean? Like you can't see the but you can see like
reveal.
So that's what's gonna cut open my nutsack. Okay, and like I said, they got me in there for like 45 minutes by myself, just doing the check, and fuck
that's
me.
Too long. I know. It's like, yo, get in here. Let's get this.
That's what I wanted. I was like, yo,
get this shit popping.
Get me in here, slice it, dice it, and go. Now, one thing for people on YouTube, one of the funny things is they give you the paperwork ahead of time, and how we talk about on this show, obviously watermelon versus pumpkin, about events. Much, you know, we talk about race a good amount because race is a very important subject. But it was funny to me that they give you the vasectomy packet. They give you the little vasectomy magazine of explaining what's going to happen, all that stuff.
Pros and cons.
How everything works, all that with the vasectomy. And on the front cover is a beautiful black couple.
Bullshit, nigga.
What you trying to say?
They be like, well, if we don't put them up there, then they're going to say we're never including them. Now, fuck that. Sometimes you niggas gear things towards things.
Yep.
And if you look at this man, he looks like he's a well-educated young brother. He's probably gonna fucking went to Harvard, for crying out loud.
But it's just hilarious. So yeah, if you're on the YouTube and you can see this right here, this vasectomy cover with the black family, with the beautiful black family on the cover, it's just, man, if I was the fella that would put a tinfoil hat on my head, it would be like, look at this right here.
Look what they're doing. Look what they're doing. And it could be just simple as these are the actors, or we use black actors.
Yeah, and you know what? There might be alternate covers. He might have just given this to me because he felt the vibe. Right. You know, you never know.
And it's crazy because nowadays when you say shit like that, it really becomes that. It becomes this whole thing where if you don't use certain things, they'll be like, well, you ain't using no black models.
Yeah.
But if
then when you do, then it's like, well, why you
what you trying to say here? So it's a very sticky situation. It depends on what your product is selling, what you're doing. It's weird. Yeah. And, you know, and it could be just as easy as that's who it was. Like that was interesting. Like in the movie Night of the Living Dead, the original, the black and white, way back. I think that came out in 1950 something.
It was old,
It was old school, in the 1950s. the main actor in there, the lead role, was the black dude. And that was the thing. That was the first time, and it was like, holy shit. You know, somebody thought that director, like, you're a fucking genius. This is groundbreaking. You put a black lead, and they were like, the guy was kind of like, no, he auditioned, and he did the part really well. He was a great actor. He killed the part. You know what I mean? This is why I picked him. You know, but they put it in a political sense of, oh, you were being edgy and put this black lead role guy in when nobody else was doing it, which it was. You know what I mean? Somebody in this corner had to tell him that, you know, this is the first, right? He can't say, but he was just like, kind of like, no, like, he was well. You know what I mean? He was auditioning.
He was the man for the job.
Right.
He was the best one.
So, I mean, if you can get into that, but it's always going to be that because it's just like you said, it's nothing that goes away overnight, man. It's just a way of thinking, and people are just
and like you said, I believe that too. It is more into the damn if you do, damn if you don't, because it's, man, there's not enough. And then, but then why'd you use them for that? Like, I remember seeing a meme that was about when black people were really, really protesting last year in 2018, when it was about like, and Colin Kaepernick, the whole like, white people talk about, well, yeah, man, if there's a problem, stand up for yourself and, you know,
get out here,
protest and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. But not like that, you know what I mean? That's what, and that's what it came across as.
Do it the way we tell you should do it, and it'll be fine. You know, I tell you, but you know, when you look at certain things, man, it's kind of like you can't get away from the fact of, you know, when Black Panthers got rode down on, and you know what they were doing, and they were an organized group, and people, they called them a fucking terrorist. They called the Black Panthers, you know. But then you have like, you know, the Hells Angels. These guys are an organized gang that they have clout and respect. Clout said it. They have clout. They got respect up there. Where it's like they pulled it off. Where we're a gang, no, we're a social club. You know what I mean? And they're out there doing the worst shit. You know what I mean? These guys.
Then they're a what they call them, security now. Like they do concert security and stuff like that.
And it's crazy how they grew that. It was a gang, but they made it a legit gang. You know, no other. Let's be honest, nobody else can really do that, man. You know, you got to see, like, the Panthers couldn't do that. Like, yeah, okay, nigga, that's like, shut down.
I think they might be bootleg, but because I remember it was in the Killer Mike documentary, the Hells Angels, like, they got their T-shirts for sale on Amazon. Like, it's fucking, it's obviously, you know, listen, if you're out there and you think you're bad, do not buy one and wear it, because if you're not about that life, don't do that. Because
I mean, look at the Klan. They're an organized, like, they have a right. It's like, yo, they promote hate. Yeah, but they have a right to do it. You know,
like, they fucking adopt highways and shit. You know how, like, you ever see a sign on the side that's like, adopt this highway, and you know, you're responsible for keeping it clean.
Basically, let's not be fooled if the shit goes down. You know what I mean? My whole thing is like, when, to me, it's like you just can't go say every white person has their hand in the pot. It just so happens that the people that run this country and that are doing this shit, they're of the majority, and of the majority is white. They're in that group, you know what I mean? But they're still wealthy people, and they're still, you know what I mean? Yeah. People that had their privilege of being from a cloth that may be able to pave a way a certain way, you know? And that's why I said that cloth is going to change, because now you're having more successful cultures, man, that are being more successful in this country, and they're expanding, and they're having more and more millionaires. There's more black millionaires, people. You know, more Latino millionaires. You know, Chinese are coming over here making a killing. You know, it's going to be such a big thing. It's, you know, sorry, white man, it's not going to be your show as long.
You're not going to have it forever.
You're going to have it forever. It's just, that's what it is, man. I mean, shit, that's okay, because it's a pretty almost reversal, because the white man's taking over Africa right now. So right. Started with the Southern, and I think it's just kind of moving up towards the Congo till they realize we can't make it out here. We can't. That's why them niggas is fast. They get away from this shit that we can't, nigga. But no, serious note, man. It's, you know, stop it with the promo shit, man. You know, we'll eventually get there where it's just be a promotion as a promotion and nobody even look. It's going to be the most weird-looking fucking people in the promos. Like, I don't even know what the fuck he is.
Right? It's just going to be all... see, I'm not sure. I know he's mixed with something, and I don't know.
It's like Tiger Woods-ish. You know, he's like, you know, Asian kind of...
Was this a baby born after an orgy? Did everyone just come in a cup, and this lady decided to... What happened?
Everybody in the cup, get the turkey baster. You know, but that's going to take time, man. And right now, you know, things are fresh, and sometimes... the fight is real, and sometimes, you know, my people, you know, I'm going to talk to my black folk, Watermelon, listen, sometimes, yes, the fight is real, man. Go out there and fight it. Sometimes we look for something that's not there.
I agree. Sometimes the fight is real, and sometimes because, and I'm not even talking about racially, I'm talking about in general that can be applied to racially. You know, there's some motherfuckers that will just never be happy no matter what. You know what I mean? They could have $1 million fucking in the bank, a hot girl in their bed, everything, and you know they would just always have a problem with something. So it's the
complainers. They just want to, you know, we got to find shit to complain about. Let's look, you know, we professional pot stir. There you go, niggas is just like
PPS.
We out here. The same motherfuckers that will do that shit, and then a riot happens. They out there stealing shit.
Yeah.
So what? How were you getting?
It's the dude during Katrina that had the fucking bucket of Heineken.
Right.
It's like, man, I understand that you want to do it, but like that's not the time.
It's like I thought you were out here for a cause. Yeah. Oh, your cause. Okay. See, now you look real stupid if you're out there for a cause and you're out there stealing shit. Now you're out there to take shit. Like that's you know, people that did the riots. We out here to prove a point. That I need those Slim Jims. I'm gonna need that TV off your hands, cause that's my point. Right. I ain't got cable, nigga.
Oh yeah, but to tie it up real quick. Hello.
What? Sorry,
because that's what happened. So man, you sit there, you lay down, and that's the weirdest thing is they lay you down in almost like a dentist chair. Because I thought it was gonna be a situation of like. They lay you down and then put your legs up for the vasectomy, but no, it's literally
you got that
like
duck thing like the women get.
Yeah, the stirrups. But it's literally like you just lay down and that was another weird thing too, where the lady's just like, when I came into the room, she's like, "Yeah, just take off your pants and underwear, and you can leave everything else on." I'm like, it just felt so. I had the fucking Donald Duck thing going on, where I'm just fucking.
You gonna leave me out here like this?
Yeah, I got the Porky Pig shit going on, where I'm just like, man, I'm just.
It is crazy. So you said you were awake the whole time?
Oh yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
You lay, like I said, you lay down like a dentist chair, and that's the thing too, where like they're just like, yeah, keep your legs together. And just relax. And that's the worst thing that you ever tell someone to just relax because,
just relax.
Hey, you know when somebody's mad, you know what you tell them to get them to stop being mad? You go, hey, calm down. Yeah, that's not going to work.
That works every time. That happens when people get restrained. And it's funny because, you know, it's hard to tell somebody to relax when they're being handled and, like, limbs are being twisted. It's almost like, you know, relax. Like, you're fucking twisting my arm and my muscles are reacting a certain way. You know, I can't relax. I'm fucking tense.
Right? So, yeah, they lay you up on the dentist-esque chair, and the girl, she just talks to you to kind of like, you know, keep your head out of it.
Soother.
Keep your head out of it, yeah. And
did you watch the game last night?
literally, like, the doctor, the first thing he said, he was like, baseball season's coming up. And I'm like, yeah, like, cause that's the thing.
He was trying to bait you to see if we got a baseball.
Yeah.
No, not baseball shit.
It was one of those, and then the girl asked me, she's like, "Well, do you like?" And I was like, "If it's on, I'll watch it. I would rather go to a game than watch it on TV. Is kind of boring to me, but you know, I'll go to one." So you're trying to do a small talk thing, and then here comes these words that you know, you're gonna feel a slight pinch. Those are the ones, man.
That's the one. You're
gonna feel a slight pinch. And to his credit, it was a slight pinch, but the slight pinch is in your nutsack, so you know you feel it.
Can you massage the scrot and as you enter it, so I won't feel it?
And then so that happens, and then you know he's doing his thing down there, but then the funniest thing starts to happen. They start talking to each other, and the conversation is the lady brings up to the male doctor, so your daughter's baby showers this month, huh? And I'm just like, to me in my head, I'm like, this is the funniest thing that's ever happening right now. Right now, I'm receiving a vasectomy, and these people are talking about a baby shower. This is so fucking funny.
You should have thrown. Not gonna have one of those ever.
Yeah. No, but this was the thing because like then they're having a conversation for like 5 minutes about that, and then and when they're done, I say to them, I was like, guys, let me just explain to you how funny, and like I can't laugh because I don't want my body to move because I'm not trying to have you at a scalpel on my nutsack and I'm shaking. But I'm like, listen, it is so funny that the conversation you guys are having right now, and this happens to me a lot where like at first they didn't understand that I was fine with it. They were just like, oh no, we just like to, you know, we're paying full attention. You were talking, and I was like, no. Yeah. And I was like, no. I don't mind that you're talking. You guys obviously know how to do your job, but I'm saying the topic of your conversation is hilarious, and I will never forget this. You know, because it's literally they're talking about the baby shower,
then
and
they
like,
breathe like, okay, hip is cool.
Yeah. And they're like, you know, because June's going to be there, and then because she's showing up, because, you know, she's bipolar, so Bobby's not going to come because he doesn't get along with June, and they're doing
his whole story?
Yeah,
Like,
breaking down the whole
easy.
story about his, and this is the thing, and it's the doctor's daughter that is having a baby shower, and
That's
while
funny.
he's snipping me up so I can never have a
Should've
baby.
did it to his ass.
That was the funniest
I
shit
should've took
ever.
my daughter's fucking. I wish her fucking baby father was in here. He would have never been here.
Right? But no, it was like there couldn't have been a better conversation that
That's
happened
funny.
besides that. And then the other weird thing too is, once again, the woman was doing absolutely nothing wrong, but it is weird that every now and then, like, she wouldn't have anything to do because she's giving the doctor, she's being like the assistant, you know?
Right,
Giving
yep,
doctor,
yep.
and then she wouldn't have anything to do. So every now and then you would catch her literally with hands behind her back, just staring at my dick. You know what I mean? And she's not doing anything sexual. She's not doing anything wrong.
She's just watching what's
It's
going
just,
on.
yeah, she's watching what's going on. But it's just weird to have a fucking just
Like you're out in the streets. Anytime a lady looks down there, anytime she's down there, you know,
yeah.
this time it wasn't that.
It was just a like she was I see what you're doing there. I understand it.
Right. Ooh, nice. You know, I wonder. It is funny because then you think about them being like, you know, hey, this is a women. Like, you know, like if she gets a big fucking Mandingo warrior that can through to get his shit done, and this shit's like by his fucking foot, and then she just mistakenly squeezes out the lip bite. Did you see that?
We have to hold this over here, but
just bite the fucking. Oh my god!
and it was funny. Like I didn't ask, but I can't ever imagine anyone getting aroused in a situation. But maybe it happens
with a
at
bunch of
some
people.
time.
Yeah, at some point, you know, even if you're like, yo, if you had a fine ass doctor, if it was a lady doctor or whatever your preference is, and it was fine, and you were turned on by it, it's like it's still a weird setting.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's still like I don't know if the stuff necessarily. Well, I mean,
Well, I guess
it
that's
has
the
to
same
work
thing
well
with,
down there, but
with like porn stars, it's like. Yeah, it's like, yo, that's easy. You go fucking, can you fuck with 8 people?
Yeah.
Like, it's not, you know, when they're shoving cameras up your ass, like, all right, twist, turn. It becomes a job, nigga. It's a job. Them niggas ain't there just like doing their own thing half the time, you know?
But especially with like you know, your sack being cut, I wonder how the nerves work and if it could have. Because I also didn't want to ask while there was a scalpel in my nutsack of like, hey, does anyone ever get, you know, turned on when this happens? You know, I just didn't want to
Like, you hit that nerve that fucking
yeah.
makes them go,
Swing?
shaboing.
I just wanted, you know, I tried to not ask the doctor too many questions. Let him, you
Let
know,
him do, his
do what he
thing.
has to
Yeah,
do.
focus, nigga.
Yeah.
I know. Like, last thing I know is for him to go into a thought bubble and just, oh, fuck. Oh, nurse, give me her stat. Like, no, nigga, don't do that.
Right.
I'll sue every last one of you niggas.
Yeah, but and then so yeah, to finish up, you know, yesterday it just felt like I was kicked in the balls all day. Then so like it wasn't great, you know, do the ice on it, everything's like that. I got to wear tidy whities for the next week, which isn't that great, but you know, it's my sacrifice. And then I just got to go back in 6 weeks. I got to dump a load in the cup.
Yeah, it is.
And then another 4 weeks after that, dump a load in the cup.
sure the pipes
and
are
then
clear.
they just, you know, put it under the microscope and I should be good. Now,
Yeah.
the thing was, the thing that I don't like that's happening is all that, like, they did an amazing job. But now with, like, the doctors and with when I just got my fucking oil changed the other day, they're doing too much of, and now you're going to receive a phone call, and we need you to give us all 10s. We need, because they're going to ask how everything, and I'm like,
they do the, they're
like, yo,
forcing.
you're
the
a
rating system.
doctor.
You're right.
We're not, and dude, I don't do any of them. Like, even I got my.
Who was saying to the doctor or one of his assistants?
The doctor was explaining to me that he's like,
Oh,
and
my
listen, you're
God.
going to get and I think it's, dude, there's got to be something with, I don't know if they get better placement on the internet, better,
I
what the
think
fuck
it's
it is,
just the
but
competition game, and the better reviews they get, the more, you know, more likely they'll get more people. Maybe
I don't know what it is, but it's
you peg a nigga for 10s. That's crazy.
yeah, for that. And like I said, when I got my oil change, because I get free oil changes from the Nissan dealership that I bought my car from, and even them, they're just like, yeah, and you know, just please give us all 10s because anything. And I had to calmly explain where I was like, to be honest with you, I'm not doing any of that, bro. Like, and I don't mean that I'm giving you a bad rating, as in I mean like you're gonna send me an email, I'm gonna delete it. Like I'm not fucking filling out surveys of how my fucking oil change went. If my oil change didn't go well, we would talk about it right here.
Right,
like,
right. So I'm not the guy that's trying to air you out on Yelp. pal.
Yeah, exactly.
I want the service done, nigga. Just give it to me. Give me the goods. Give me the goods.
Yep. And to just button that off, it was funny because then I get home watching wrestling, watching Monday Night Raw, and I found out. So I'll never forget the day, real quick, the day I got hired at the job that I work at now was December 4th, Jay-Z's birthday. Yesterday, yesterday, the day that I got my vasectomy, Ric Flair's 70th birthday.
There it is. Woo! Oh, that's great. You should have done that next time you release one off, nigga. Woo! Yep, there's the no kids in that one. Oh man, but
So,
hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with the people out there. If the beautiful thing is what he did is the man knew. He knew. If you know, don't kid yourself. Know if you're a person that doesn't want kids, because I think some people know they don't, and they just go ahead and do it, and then they become shitty ass fucking parents. You know what I mean? Know you don't want kids and don't do this shit. Go get your shit. Go get fixed, nigga.
Right?
You know what I mean? That's a t-shirt right there. Go get fixed.
Go get fixed. And especially with man, nowadays you have to have insurance, so go check it out if it's something that you're interested in. Because for me, dude, I went to one fucking evaluation. Dude, inspected the sack, and then it was literally like, all right, man, you want to do this in 2 weeks? Let's go. Knock it out. Because don't be that stupid motherfucker asking your mom to make fucking appointments for you anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Shit, I might be
Get out there and do it.
I have one child. She's 9, about to be 10.
One seed.
All I need is one seed. Like, especially at this time at this age in my life, I'm not about that diaper life, cuz that's just done. So I mean, that's it. I might consider that. My lady who I'm with now, she got fixed, and she might inspire me too, baby. Let's do this fixed thing together. Right. Better safe than sorry, because even with her being fixed, they can get those tubular joints. You know what I mean? So it's still
I don't know why that just reminded me of fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles so bad. Fucking, I almost said cowabunga to you.
Or cowabunga, man. Tubular pregnancy is
cowabunga, dude.
Oh man, but that's inspiring shit. I might set it up, so I'm gonna live through this man's journey and possibly set me up one, nigga. Slice and dice,
slice it up. But yeah, I'm telling you, and today's the second day, and I don't feel 100%. Like literally, there's a twinge down there of a like. If I were to do a squat right now, it wouldn't feel great, but it's not like.
It's funny because I asked him because I worked with a guy who told me, older guy, he had got it done too. So now I was just like, I said, this gonna sound like a weird question, man. I said, but I mean, does everything work good still? I mean, are your loads as big? That's a real personal shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how it works, man. Do you feel like your performance is off? He's like, nah, man, I was racked to go, ready to ride his rain, man.
Nice.
It didn't affect nothing.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm going to be interested too, is because I'm assuming I'm going to wait at least a week before I bust a nut, which probably since I've started coming would probably be the longest time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think about it, like so that's going to be interesting I mean,
it's going to go far.
Check it. Be watching on the Instagram, okay? Because
I might hit the ceiling,
right?
But as I was like, hey, but shit, man, get out there, people. Population control. If you know you're not the one and you don't want to do it, if you're not ready to, then don't do it. Don't do it.
And also, that's the other thing too. How I feel, and I understand that people do break down into peer pressure and shit like that. With the whole people have those situations where the grandma is just like, when am I going to get a grandchild? Like, that's the other thing too that I would have to say to people. Don't let anyone pressure you into having a kid. Dude, that's not buying a goldfish. That's not buying a dog. That's fucking
why the fuck are somebody going to press you to have that responsibility just so they can fucking pinch their cheeks? Hello.
Yeah.
Grammy, that's cool. Unless you plan on taking them every other fucking day.
Chill, Graham.
You know what I mean? I'm going to get you a puppy, Granny.
But, the last thing on this subject. Also, another thing that I learned, too, that I kind of knew before, but it was really, really cemented in this, of how bad junkies and crooked doctors have fucked up the system. Because, listen, I got my sack sliced. I did, the whole thing. I walked out of there with tramadol. And if you know what that is, man, it's like, it's bougie. It's
I blame tramadol, man. I had an incident one time, and I blamed tramadol for that. I don't know. I was taking it for something I had for pain, and I don't know, man. I had a weird episode, and I was like, I don't know, man. Was it trauma? I said, no, I shouldn't have did that. I don't know, motherfucker. Every time I took the shit, I started getting weird side effects. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Maybe it just didn't work for me. I don't know.
For me, it just it's.
I didn't feel it.
What I was gonna, that was the other thing too. Is like, just all I need, just give me 4 Vicodins or whatever it is, or just give me something that you know is gonna fucking work. Because it's like, well, we can give you, this little slight thing that's just above Tylenol. And I'm like, I would have been better with a free ice pack,
right?
You know,
and it is the motherfuckers that get fucked up that kill it for everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, there's people out there that go for and just want those fucking big pills.
the Gophers.
Yeah, the gophers and they fuck it up for people that just want to get their dick right.
Yeah,
I got
it
paid
fucks it up for people for after literal like this. That would be the situation. If there's no other situation, that would be the situation for you actually. And like, please don't get it misconstrued. I'm not, begging off for pain pills, nothing like that. I don't need that. But it was like, then when you actually have a situation,
we need them.
give me some. Yeah. When you could actually use them, just fucking. Yeah, but that kind of opened my eyes a little bit to like, wow, man, those crooked doctors and everything really fucked up the system to where like you can't even give me a couple of Vicodin, Percocet, whatever for.
But it changes when you're like a celebrity or somebody with big money. Oh, they give you whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Those guys, they don't say no to athletes and shit. Like those guys do whatever the fuck they want. They're like, no, now, Mr. Jordan, I can't give you this under good good health. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, nigga. They can be like, yo, listen, doc, I need these motherfucking steroids. You got it, Mike. Be there first thing.
Yep. Okay, now speaking of Michael Jordan, Space Jam was just put on Hulu. I started watching Space Jam the other day. Put it on. What's that first song? I believe I can fly.
Wow! Click, click, click,
I believe I can.
And this is where you cue the cell close.
Oh man, what's R&B without the R? Oh. I think we about to find out.
Well, RK went down twice that day. 2 RKs in a day, nigga.
2 RKs.
2 RKs in a day.
2
So the first arcade the man speaks of that he believes he can fly would be Mr. Robert himself. Thought you couldn't catch me, maybe you got me, Kelly.
Caught me once, but I got away.
Got away. R. Kelly, folks.
In the middle of planning that overseas tour, because I think he wasn't coming back. I'm gonna tell you that. I think he wasn't coming back.
He knew that shit was gonna pop out.
When you're planning that Germany tour, you're not coming back.
You know he's gonna do a whole.
He was going for Putin.
Like he's going for a whole month in Russia. Oh, is that right? Okay. So R. Kelly was arrested for
10 counts. Count them. Let's get a 10 bell salute.
10. They got a new fucking. Oh, there it is. 3. There it is. 4 for the R. 5 for the 6. 7 for the piss. 8. 9 for you, nigga. 10 for your bitch ass.
10 counts.
10 counts of sexual assault on a minor. I believe another video is about to come out, including that 14-year-old girl from the last one is resurfacing a new video. Like, who has these? Why is it? Where are you? Why are you? I mean, if you're doing fucked up shit like that, who did you give access to your vault? They must have just confiscated this shit or something. I mean, it's all gonna come out in the details eventually, but. Yeah, so he got arrested again for the shit, and his bond was set at, what was it?
$1 million. Cool mill.
Solid milli. Now, you know the game of the bonds is, if you don't know, you should know, it's 10% of that.
10%.
Which is what, 100 grand?
100 grand.
100 grand, man, and for what I was hearing, the nigga had a problem.
Listen,
good pay.
I'm not one to count anybody's pockets, but all I'm going to say is I don't remember a time in my life where I didn't know about R. Kelly. So, from bump and grind to my Jeep to you remind me of my Jeep, all that. So, in my opinion, like when I think about LL Cool J, when he said to me one of the dopest lines ever in rap was, "I've been making 20 mil 20 years in a row," and I'm like, holy fuck. You've been rich and even if he hasn't been making 20 million, I don't give a fuck. But all I'm gonna say is, exactly. So that when I think about it, when I'm like, R. Kelly's been out since the 90s. You've been out since the 90s. It's 2018. How are you fucking up and not being able to scoop together 100 grand?
Right. And think about even that song, I Believe I Can Fly, how much shit that was used in? You know how many royalties?
He sang it at the fucking Olympics.
You know what I'm saying? How many royalties for people use that song in movies?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's an interesting one. Are they going to strip his songs from movies? You can't do that. They're already out there.
Right.
You know,
Who knows?
How does that work? Like, we
You
don't
know
have
what's-
nothing to do for that.
You know what I'll say about that? It's interesting with the WWE Network, how they bought everyone's catalog, but the music that they didn't have the rights to, they would go back and change.
They had to go back
So
and do
that would be
every fucking
interesting.
stream? What, or every fucking wow?
That would be interesting if
Would they take it out? Would they fucking anything that's redone or whatever? Just go back and
Yeah.
like, oh, if it's airing on Netflix, you know, Netflix is gonna be like, listen, we want the version without the I Believe I Can Fly. That's the only way you're gonna put it up here.
wow.
Yeah, I can see some shit like that happening,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
'cause that's that kind of game now. It's like, well, we
That'd
don't-
be interesting. No, I can see that too. Yo, erase that history.
yeah, listen, just get that. What R. Kelly? What? Especially after this one, he gonna get bagged for this one. I don't think he's gonna get. I think his magic might have ran out.
Man, it's
you
gonna
can
be
surprise.
close.
It's gonna be a close one. The tortoise might
gonna
get
be a
this one. The
close
hare
one.
might hold on to this one. Nigga.
It's gonna be a close one, and the reason I think it's gonna be a close one is because they also do have to look at the like why now thing, because they have to look at the double jeopardy aspect of it. Of are they trying to try him for the same crime?
right.
Also, I don't know how long the statute of limitations is, because you got to think these aren't like it's new to us.
Right.
This isn't a new video that was made. This is like it's on VHS.
Right.
So
It's crazy, and I remember I was just talking to my mother about it because you know she's always appalled and disgusted by these things, and I get it, but she was going into the whole and these people when he was doing the shows after, and they're like, take me, and you know, right, and they're like, kidnap me. She's like, they're fucking, what's wrong? I said, Ma, you gotta understand, when he comes out with this shit, there is a community of people that like that shit. Like, he can get people that like that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Of age, of course, but, you know, that's where the whole big thing comes in of, had these women been over 18, this is not even a thing.
And listen,
You know?
some of the women that were, you know, quote, trapped in his mansion, shitting in a bucket,
Right.
weren't complaining.
Right,
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
yes, there are some, but you need to understand that there are those females out there who are just like, listen, you're giving me famous dick, and I get to live in your mansion.
Right.
You know, all the other stuff they
What you
can
need me
deal
to do?
with.
You just want to pee on me? All right, I'll take a
Yeah.
shower. Or some people are just into it, man. You
Yeah.
can go on fucking porn and put in golden showers, man. People are pissing on people for money. Like, she's not the first one to get pissed on for money, and I mean that no disrespect, because she's a young lady, and that was, you know, fucked up for her being that age and being manipulated that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, there's people out there that like that shit, man. That are
I'm
just-
sure R. Kelly wasn't just like, hey, can I try this out? No, it was fucking, that's his thing. You know what I mean? He's
right.
into it.
And he
And
probably
fucking-
gave her some money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He gave her money on camera, bro.
He did. Oh, that's right. He did. That's right. Shit.
He gave her money on
I
camera.
forgot. I seen that a long time ago, man, and it was
no,
like,
I just because I just watched the Surviving R.
Oh,
Kelly
yeah,
thing. That's the
okay.
only reason
See,
that
I
I
didn't
know
see,
is because
yeah.
they were explaining. There's
I
like
still gotta watch it, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one
I
of those
didn't
things.
finish it because, like I said, I got to the man. Listen, the adults go fuck yourself. The kids. Yeah, R. Kelly should be buried under the jail.
Right,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But for his ex-wife, the grown fucking woman, to be like,
I was trapped
you know,
in
and I
there.
had to ask permission to come out and get something to eat, and like, no, you didn't.
No,
You
yeah.
did that shit to
You
yourself.
chose that.
Yeah, you chose
Come
that. Mm-hmm.
on, you're a grown ass woman to be like, I ain't doing it. What you gonna do? Kill you? You could have
Yeah.
left. He wasn't silent to the lambs. Here,
Exactly.
That nigga wasn't gonna murder you. He'd have been like, all right, you cut off now, and that's what you basically stuck
that's
around
what they
for,
were-
for
yeah.
the French benefits. You know what I mean?
That's what you're fucking worried about, is being cut off.
Right.
That's what
and
it
that's
is.
a damn shame, man, that people gotta live like that. That's why, man, I gotta stay on my daughter's ass to build. You gotta build your young ladies, especially out
Yeah.
there. If you're a parent, man, and you know, get in their head to be independent and like, yo, because these motherfuckers will try to take advantage of your ass.
Yep.
You know,
And-
at a young age, because young girls always like the older guy. That's how it is,
Yeah.
man. You know.
But this is the thing too, is nowadays, well, with coming up, and you know, as your daughter enters high school, eventually, like you're gonna have to worry about men being on the same damn team as them. You're gonna have to worry
break it down.
about fucking. You're gonna have to worry about, you know, say
Going in the same bathroom.
Man, say your daughter joins the fucking basketball team, she's gonna have to worry about taking a fucking elbow from a biological man that is, you know, feels like a woman and fucking is
It has the
D'ing
right-
up hard.
It has the right to play because
Is bringing
he
down those
identifies
boards.
as a woman, so we put him there. I swear, what you call it would have been a groundbreaking thing. Foresee a lot of that. What was it Joanna Man?
Yeah.
Hello.
Dude, you know, we should watch Joanna Man and fucking wow.
Yeah. Oh
'Cause
yeah.
I wonder what, because, you know, that's one of those movies like, yeah, I saw it, but
But that's going to be reality. It's going to be kind of almost like where it's heading or where it's gearing towards. And they're going to have to do it a certain way where yeah, you could do it, but you're gonna have to be segregated a little bit. It's kind of you can't be in the all ladies room with dick swinging because you might because some people start getting to that point where they're lying about it. You know, now you got somebody that might sell it so much to lie about being that way just to be in a ladies' locker room.
Well, because that's the thing too. It's the hot subject right now. The to be trans and to be perhaps even transferring or what do they call it? Transitioning and. Everybody jumps on, even though for some people I completely understand it's not a trend, but everybody jumps on the hot trend. So now you're going to have those fucking people that are trying to prove a point, and it's the girls that want to play fucking on the football team. We had them in high school. Most high schools had them to where
we had one.
We were around that
my freshman year, or the one after me, there was a girl play to try it out.
We were around that era where the girls were just like, no, fuck it, we can come and play. You get tackled once, you start crying ugly. You know what I mean? You go with that, and I didn't know that it was going to be like, and just.
Right, unless you got the real physical girl that just like can take it,
Or you get the girl that's the punter. You know what I mean? So someone like that. But,
or to get the chicks that are in that damn league that's out there right now with when they're like the lingerie.
Oh, the lingerie. Those chicks are
fucking.
They go for it,
bro.
Man.
Listen, those women in that league, man. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. If anybody's offended because I said chicks, it's just an expression. The women in that league, man, they throw down, bro.
Oh yeah, they go for it.
They break bones.
But that's the thing too. They're playing against women.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing that I appreciate is like, yo, just play against women because we actually didn't set this up correctly. What we're talking about is there's this story. This high school in Connecticut, there was this, they had their track meet. You know what I mean? And they're putting up this fucking headline to where it's like the first and second place are transgender, and it's the whole fucking State Farm commercial where it's like, well, yeah, she's a guy, so like, it's
a guy, so yeah, he's khakis.
Like, there's, man, I get it. It's going to be a tough situation.
It is, man, but
it's
it's almost like it's an unfair sporting advantage. You know what I mean? It's like physically, it's like, stop it. Okay, I get it. Yes. You feel like a woman on the inside, and you want to, express yourself that way. Yes, I get it, but there has to be a line drawn where you feel like a woman, but physically you're a man with more strength, and you're
biologically you're a man,
right? And you're beating out your competition that are not. You can't run away from the fact that, kill me if you want, that just men are just
different.
They're just naturally stronger usually. You know what I mean? Not all the time, but of a higher majority.
Exactly.
Of higher majority, men are taller and bigger than women. You go by the averages. You know what I mean? Average man is what, 5'7" in America, 5'8". Average woman's like 5 feet. You know what I mean? Like, these are averages. You're going by the law of average, man. The law of average says there's not going to be many women that are going to be stronger and faster than a lot of guys, especially guys that are athletic. These guys are athletic guys now. These guys aren't like guys. These guys.
No, it's not the kid that fucking. Yeah, it's not the kid that fucking like plays Xbox all day and he's like, yeah, man, I bet you I can go beat some girls. No, these are fucking male athletes.
This is fucking
that are,
dare I say, Marshawn Lynch, you know what I mean, in a wig going running down. He's got dreads already, but he just picture him in a wig. Running like with legs like that, you know what I mean? Or Saquon Barkley, you know what I mean, with a fucking wig on. Look at the guy's legs.
No, and I understand the situation. It's going to be really fucking sensitive, and I get that. And me, I don't know the answer to it, but I do feel like you're fucking up kids' experiences where, man, you only get to go through that college, you only get to go through that fucking middle school and high school experience once, and to where, even in that race, there were 5 people. The third place was a female.
Right.
Like, she should have, she should have won that fucking race. Right. But no, because you're running against 2 fucking dudes.
That's bigger and stronger,
Yeah, like, but and honestly, and one of the things
have to happen to me is I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
Was there's gonna be enough of it going on that they're just gonna have their own fucking division. It's gonna be boys, girls. You're gonna open up the paper. You look at the stats. Oh, boys division, girls division, and then the trans division.
Other, or just other. No, because then I think it could be like there could be the boys races, the girls races, and then whoever wants to be in these races.
Right.
I think that
called I forget the acronym. Sorry, guys.
The LGBTQ.
LGBTQ, like something along that lines, of that division, the alphabet division. I don't know.
And because as we discussed earlier, I got the vasect, so I don't have kids, but My concern, honestly, is the girls to where, all right, this is running. That's one thing. But then you're going to get into wrestling to where, yo, I could not be a parent. Okay, yeah, cool. My daughter's on the wrestling team. What? And then some dude walks out, picks her up, and drops her on her fucking head.
Right. It's
like,
not even that strength of his guy. Obviously, we know there's no. He's not any creepy shit because he actually thinks he's a woman. But it's the whole fact of that disadvantage. Like this shit's a disadvantage. What's going on? Yes, he feels like a woman. I get it. You know what? You were born physically as you're strong like a guy. You're very strong. You have man
That
strength.
doesn't mean like, dude, if tomorrow Brock Lesnar was just like, I'm a female. Huh?
Right.
He doesn't just go and get to maul fucking women, dude.
So here's a good question. Is it wrong? It's always wrong for a guy to hit a girl. Is it wrong for a transgender male to hit a woman?
Well, because that's what I want to know because, all right, so then we go to wrestling. Then you go to MMA. Then you go to fucking street fights out in the middle of the street. And you go to boxing and you get all that other stuff. And there's literally just going to be a generation of women that are going to get the shit beat out of them by biological men. And it's just going to be okay because, no, we can't ever tell anybody no. You know, like we can't ever tell anyone no.
No, because they're going to cause a fit. They're gonna
so
bitch.
It's going to get so fucking crazy that just women are going to get the shit beat out of them by men.
Right.
And it's all going to be okay because it's under the guise of like, but I feel like a woman. Like,
Right.
that's not like.
I mean, you might even run into a shit where people are pretending to be that to get fucking, now, dare I say, scholarships.
Yeah.
Hello, you know what I mean? Now they're doing it to compete in those divisions to get scholarships to school.
Yep.
Joanna Man.
It's Joanna Man. It's fucking Joanna Man.
It's fucking Joanna Man. You are
That is the
changing
name
up.
of this episode. It's fucking Joanna
It's
Man.
fucking Joanna Man. I'm telling you, you changed up just to compete and,
Yeah.
and win, man. You're going to get into that. And you're going to get into people that are going to be perverted guys out there that'll dress up like a woman just to sneak into the fucking ladies' room and set up cameras or do whatever the fuck. Or, you know what I mean? It opens that door, man.
And for anybody living that most likely personal hell that they're in right now of if you are born into a male body and you just don't feel like a man, listen, I have sympathy for you. That has to fucking suck. You know what I mean? It's and the opposite way too, man. If you're born as a female and you feel like you're a man, it's obviously it's got to suck. But we also have to keep some sort of normalcy. Like you can't throw everything out the fucking window of how we've been doing everything for the past however many years. Like, maybe there has to be a change that happens, but it can't just be like, hey, now men get to beat the shit out of women. That's we can't go that route.
There's a thin line of acceptance and insanity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's acceptable, but it's insane. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be a line there. It's like, I get it. You know, you guys should be involved in a lot of things, and you shouldn't be cast aside because you're different. You know, and that's not what this is coming out as at all. But it's the whole fact of when you're competing in that way and it's a disadvantage, man. It's come on. You know, like you said, it's going to be wrestling, it's going to be fighting, boxing. It's like, but she feels like a woman. We beat the shit out of her.
Yep.
So technically what you really just saw was a man beat up a woman, which on any other terms besides this one is wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, I'm picturing, like, a wrestling match and, like, there's a female walking out just like, I'm looking at a man about to beat the shit. So, like, because this is the thing, because everybody wants to be fucking sensitive, and I'm with being sensitive, but everyone wants to be sensitive and not hurt anybody's feelings. And listen, trans people are complete human beings, man. You have the rights of anybody else and all that stuff. But what about the girl that's just straight up a girl that you're going to make go fight a fucking man? Like, what's that do to her psyche? What's that do to fucking, like...
Her whole mental state.
And even, like I said, not a parent, never going to be a parent, but if I was the parent in the stands of this fucking race that just happened and, my daughter fucking comes in third when she just ran against two guys and she should have been in first. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be the parent jumping on the field and shit, but I wouldn't be happy.
Right. I guarantee there's some people yelling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially if they people parents get real, especially like the coach parents, they get real all fucking crazy when their kids are competing and yell at the coach. And imagine that at a meet like that, track meet like that, and then that fucking man out, like you get somebody that's from the old school, these older guys that they don't really give a shit about that, and it's not acceptable.
Well, and like you said with scholarships, listen, I don't know if it was an upper tier school, but the girl that was in third place, who, in my opinion, should be in first place because
Right.
she beat all the girls. You know, maybe she's trying for a track scholarship because,
Right, and now she came in third. You fucked up her numbers.
yeah.
Well,
Because also she was pretty close too. It was like the first place was like 7 seconds, like 7.23. Second place was like 7.0, and the girl was like 6.9. Like she was even still really close to the guys,
close,
but.
right.
In my opinion, like, yo, she's the one that should have first place because she's a fucking girl.
I know. When you say it's the girls' division, that's what I'm saying. They feel like a girl, but it has to be a separate kind of bracket. It's almost
And
like,
I understand we're in the transition period.
right,
and
right.
it is tough right now. No one knows
what's
what to
going
do.
on, right? And they're trying to cater to like bathrooms and shit. Like there's a all sex bathroom. I talked about that before, where it threw me off. I thought I was in the wrong shit looking at the door.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not because I'm being an asshole and I'm being insensitive. It's because I don't it's not normally what I do.
It's new. For the
Right.
first 37 years of your life, you've been doing shit.
Right.
You're like,
I see men's room, women's room. I choose the guy without the dress. That's where I go. You know what I mean? Now you have this shit where it's split and it's half and half.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, so I go in, right? I don't.
Right.
Am I gonna go in there and there's gonna be a lady in there with a dick,
Yeah,
or is it
yeah.
gonna be like, am I gonna be like, oh, you almost done in there?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be a weird thing, but it's ain't nothing. But when it happens, it's just something else to get accustomed to. I mean, people hate paying more taxes, but they fucking bitch about it and do it anyway. You
right.
know?
Like I'm all cool for everybody being able to do everything, especially in society. But when it comes to like, man, this is like I said, you only go through high school. Your high school experiences once, and your college experience,
Right.
and how you're molded as a human being. And I feel like that's going to get taken away from a lot of kids because right now we're in such an experimental time
Right.
that kids are just going to get, like I said, man, girls are just going to get fucked up
Right.
and it's going to be okay. Like
Right.
there's going to be women who in the future are going to be on a psychiatrist's couch fucking talking, doing their therapy of just like, yeah, they just let a man beat the shit out of me. Like that's going to happen.
Right.
They were just letting men beat the shit out of us, and because they said that they were women, and like, dude, it's got to get to a point where somebody just goes, yeah, no, we're not doing this
We're not,
anymore.
right.
Like, but that's the thing is, everyone's afraid to say no, and everyone's afraid. And like I
Right,
said,
it's afraid
and I
to-
understand if you were on the transgender side, and I don't mean that
Right.
as that I'm against them. I
Right,
mean
you're
like
pro.
if you were transgender, yeah, it's got to suck because like, man, I don't know what to do, but I don't. It's
Right. It's
a
that
tough
whole thing
situation.
of stop. You feel like I have to, or everybody's gonna be mad.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? I'm gonna set people if I don't agree and just do what they want me to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it takes away an opinion. You can't have an
Yeah.
opinion because no, you can't because that's what it is. Whose opinion they should have took away.
And I agree with you too, like, because these transgender kids, they're in fucking high school. So then
Right.
I wonder too, is it the Joanna Man thing? Like, are they doing this because they want to do this? Are they doing this because it's fucking, mom's going like, hey, listen, well, if you go on the women's side, it's,
Listen,
I don't know.
Listen, get in there, you're gonna smoke everybody. You're
Yeah.
gonna get a free ride to college. You don't think that shit is, you know what I mean?
Right.
Now, does that spill over into college? Is college doing that? I don't even know. Like nowadays, I don't even know. It might be like what colleges are doing. If they're doing it in high school, I'm pretty sure college probably does it too.
Yeah.
That's new. That was a new one. But between that and the Roberts. Oh yeah. Back to the other Robert. Robert Kraft, y'all. We're gonna sneak this one in real quick. I know we're just about wrapping up. Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, on the same day Mr. R. Kelly went down, Mr. Kraft went down in a sting.
The rub and tug.
The rub and tug in Florida. He went there, tried to be a normal guy, and went inside to a fucking, happy ending parlor.
Massage parlor.
Massage parlor where you get treated at the end of it, and he paid for the services and
Yep.
he
Got serviced.
He got serviced. They bagged him and a whole shitload of other people.
And they said they got him on tape.
They got him on tape. They have visual of this man. I think they said even getting head. Like got him getting head and paying for it. And there was the funny one was there was a coupon. He was shown giving the coupon to the fucking a billionaire was giving being a cheap, and that's why I said that's when it's the You're not a normal fucking person.
Yeah.
You want to do shit like that, you go in there, you handpick them and send them to the mansion. You know what I mean? You bring them in.
Like,
Rob.
if you're a billionaire, you're going down the wrong route if you don't have a gaggle of women that can just come to your house, escort style, whatever it is.
He wanted to feel normal, and he got with a bunch of other, let's go to this parlor, and it's a real good time. And they were getting investigated for sex trafficking. Hello. So he got caught right in the mix of that shit.
And then that story, and that's like one of those stories that just either yesterday or the day before broke. That's going to be interesting, and obviously we'll stay on top of it here at Watermelon versus Pumpkin to see how that transpires. Because man, I want to see, like, does he lose his team? Does he? Man,
right.
I could see it happening.
If he's a smart guy, he's got 6 rings. He's just gonna have to give it to somebody. The smart thing, if you want to save face of your franchise, I'd say step down, man, because you're gonna get a lot of shit, man. You're gonna get a lot of.
But he might be feeling like that untouchable billionaire that's just like, you know what? Fuck this shit.
And I don't knock the guy at all. The guy's fucking, 70-something years old.
Man.
His wife died like 3-4 years ago.
There's no reason that shit's illegal. In my opinion, there's no reason that's illegal. Like, listen, if somebody is being forced into having sex,
sex trafficking, that's different.
Bury them under the jail. Right. But listen, if we can make a transaction to where I give you $40, you put your mouth on my penis, it's me, you, and God in the room.
Right. I know. It's like
me, you, and God in the room.
I got the sweet relief, and you got what you were looking for, the money. Well, then you want money because if you don't sit out there and post up, I'm not going to get it.
Yeah.
You're posting up like, yeah, look, I'll do that for that. And it's like, well, I got that. So,
like, you know what? Because even too, man, I don't want to be in a fucking full-ass committed relationship to where you have to put that much effort into. Sometimes I would love if I can come home after work, boom, here's $25, here's $40, whatever.
Right.
Suck it.
Relieve
hey,
me.
Thanks, man. Give me a kiss on the cheek. Boom, goodbye.
There is something I understand about that. If, like, with people that when you don't want that commitment and you don't want to, like, I don't want a girlfriend, but you got sexual needs. Fuck, man, you got urges, man. Everybody do. They go, let me go get this shit real quick. Ain't nothing but like renting a damn, a fucking vacuum.
Buick!
Ride that motherfucker, bring it back. I don't want the shit. I just want to take it for a ride. And
True.
That's when people get on that, man. And
so listen, people, you know that we talked a gang of shit here today. So if you would be so kind, hit us up on this hotline, 203-594-6977. This episode sped by. Yeah, man, once again, 203-594-6977. Call or text. Let us know, man. Talk about, because I know that we're on some controversial issues, and we're not trying to be controversial. Just in general, the issues are controversial.
Talk about it. Hey.
And these are new things that are happening in life, which is kind of crazy that, it's 2019 and brand new issues are still popping up. So they're... like we said, we really do have no hate here.
Yep.
Sometimes we're figuring it out while we're saying it out loud.
Right.
So
you have a different perspective? Let us know.
Yeah. Please hit us up, or if you have the same perspective, you think, do you add something onto it, man? Let us know how you doing. But until next week, until 63, this has been Lil Mattress. LILMATTRVS.
And this is Young Pastry. Capital poop 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 top top top. Because at the end of the day, my niggas,
the sun sets because it's the beginning of the night.
And niggas is out here getting locked up, locking up the R's and the K's. Get your shit together and check your nuts. He did. That's population control. If you're not about that life, this is what we got out of this, niggas.
True.
Stay up, stay in.